all. We may be separated by age, but when it comes to the mother nature, we all share wisdom. We need the same air, same water, and the same nature. This day marks the continuation of our already ongoing awareness program on environmental conservation. Let us start the auspicious day with an invocation. May the Almighty give us the guidance and the willpower to contribute our maximum to the mother nature. I request Akila Datri of 7th standard to come on stage for invocation song. Come closer.
जापपुष्पे चिररुचि मुकुटे वल्लकी विग्रहस्ते नाट्य नमस्ते दह दह जडतां देहि बुद्धिं प्रशान्तं विद्ये वेदान्तविद्ये परिणते पठिते मोक्षदे मुक्तिमार्गे मार्गतीर्थस्वरूपे भवमववरदा शारदे शुभ्रहारे शारदे दयतोरिदे शारदे दयतोरिदे ನಿನ್ನ ಕರುಣೆಯ ಕಡಲಲ್ಲಿ ಮುತ್ತಾರೆ ಮುತ್ತಾರೆ ಹಾಲ ಬೆಳಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಳಿಯ ಕಮಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಳಿಯ ವಸ್ತ್ರವನ್ನು ಧರಿಸಿ ಬಿಳಿಯ ಕುಸುಮಗಳ ಮಾರಿ ಕೊರಳದಿನ ಬೆಳ್ಳಿ ವೀಣೆಯನ್ನು ನುಡಿಸಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಕಂಗಳ ಬೆಳಕನ್ನು ನನ್ನ ಕಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಿದೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಕಂಗಳ ಬೆಳಕನ್ನು ನನ್ನ ಕಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಿದೆ ಏಳು ಮಗುವಿನ ನೇಳು ಎನ್ನುತ್ತ ಹೊಸ ಪಾಡು ತಂದೆಯನ್ನು ಶಾರದೆ ದಯ ತೋರಿದೆ ಶಾರದೆ ದಯ ತೋರಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕರುಣೆಯ ಕಡಲಲ್ಲಿ ಮುತ್ತಾರೆ ಮುತ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂಧಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂಜು ಬಡಗುತ್ತಿರೆ ಬಂದು ಕೈಯ ಹಿಡಿದೆ ಕಂದ ಏಗಳುವೆ ಮುಂದೆ ದಾರಿಯಿದೆ ಎಂದು ನೀನೆ ಕರೆದೆ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಯ ಪುಣ್ಯವೋ ನಾನೆಂದು ಮಾಡಿದ ಪೂಜೆಯೋ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಯ ಪುಣ್ಯವೋ ನಾನೆಂದು ಮಾಡಿದ ಪೂಜೆಯೋ ಇಂದು ನಿನ್ನ ಕೃಪೆಯಿಂದ ನಾನು ಆನಂದ ಪಡೆದೆನಮ್ಮ ಶಾರದೆ ದಯ ದಯ ತೋರಿದೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಕರುಣೆಯ ಕಡಲಲ್ಲಿ ಮುತ್ತಾರೆ 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 ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you, Akila. It was soothing for the mind. Let me now call upon Adya Rao of 9th standard for the welcome speech.
Very happy morning to one and all present here. I am grateful that I have the privilege of welcoming such eminent guests on such an occasion. We are witnessing the inauguration of year-long programs as a part of commemorating the Johnny Biosphere project in the memory of Dr. Jack Valentine, who was known for his passionate work on aquatic ecosystems and his efforts to promote environmental awareness. In 1980, Dr. Jack Valentine established the Johnny Biosphere project to inspire future generations to protect the environment. His core message was, "Be kind to the earth and it will be kind to you." Indeed, a deep message expressed in a few words. We quite have few environmentalists and scientists among us to carry forward the legacy left behind by Dr. Jack Valentine. It is a great pleasure to welcome Dr. T.V. Ramchandra sir, the senior scientist who heads We heartily welcome you, sir. It is an honor to have you today. I also like to welcome Miss Lakshmi Priya and Miss Tulika, the student of T.V. Ramchandra sir. Welcome you, ma'am.
Adya Khan sir.
Like to welcome A.V. Nagatna ma'am, IPR coordinator at Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research in Bangalore. We welcome you ma'am.
Adya.
Welcome Dr. M.A. Khan sir, who is a very familiar personality to all of us. The multifaceted personality like Dr. M.A. Khan, who runs KK English School at Vattur, who is the secretary of Bangalore South Headmasters Association, who is the president of Vijaya College Alumni Association, and above all, an environmentalist, is indeed a role model to many. We welcome you, sir. Rijulal sir is known for all of us as the chief coordinator of Prakriti Eco Club of our school. We have seen his dedication and passion in imparting environmental awareness. His organization, We for Nation, have conducted various awareness programs and competitions which we were a part of. A hearty welcome to you, sir. Welcome our principal, Srimati Srividya ma'am, who have coordinated this program. Welcome, ma'am. I would also like to welcome our academic supervisor, Ramya ma'am. Before I wind up, let us reassure ourselves that great things happen if you begin with humble steps. Let this even be the small steps that we all take towards a bigger goal. Thank you.
Since we take up oath that from now onwards we will never use plastic. We will minimize as much as possible, and also we will pass the message to each and everyone surrounding us that not to use the plastic.
Thank you. When we started the first session, your parents were attending our session. Today you have an opportunity after 25 years to attend the session. Myself and Mr. Khan continues to be the same actors in the whole scene, okay? And our madam joined sometime in 2010, made her first appearance in 2010, okay? So now, incidentally, today you had a climate, what is that?
Climate Action Club.
You have started a climate action group in the institute, because the word club is slightly difficult for me to digest. So that's where I always use action group, because we want youngsters who come and work for the society, not come and enjoy and go. Club is always gives the feeling that that is the environment to enjoy. All people with the less brain, they go to club in the late evening and waste their time. Okay. So now, what is this one? See, I work in the water body, wetland. The greatest achievement we have achieved in the last, because of our science, 25 years, this wetland, Aganashni wetland, is now declared as a Ramsar wetland of international importance. See, that's how the students' work will help. Since the students monitor the wetland, they monitor the wetland for their biological diversity, the quality, and how much society benefited. Because of that, we could get the tag Ramsar wetland. Okay, you can find out. Maybe you can take it as assignment. What are Ramsar wetlands, and why a particular wetland gets a Ramsar tag? It's not easy to get, and we have got it for that. Okay. Then the second, this is the Aganashni estuary. You can see such a nice place. We all come from that region. Okay, we work in that region. Then another thing happened which I didn't expect. We had carried out a study about laterite hills in Uttara Kannada, and we said that what is the biodiversity importance of that? What kind of the plants are there? How many species are there, etc. And we had suggested in 2012. I think all of you are born before that or just then, 2012. Huh? Say, the year when you were born, we have they recommended to the government that it has to be conserved. Now, last week, it was declared as a marine sanctuary. So that means that would be conserved. See, that's how the students will get translated to the conservation. Okay. Now, what I am going to do today is I will talk about changes in climate, okay, and biodiversity. Before that, let us learn the ecosystem. And I am sure all of you know this. What is this? You have to answer. Food chain. You have studied food chain?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what does food chain say? Say, you will eat food and somebody will eat you. Isn't it? Plants produce food which is eaten by herbivores, next eaten by the herbivores are eaten by carnivores. That is how energy and material transfer happen from one level to other level. See, when you take food, you are also getting energy and material in your body. So finally, whatever is left in the system get converted into elemental form by bacteria and fungi. You see that bacteria and fungi, that converts that into elemental form. You must be knowing. See, when you keep a fruit outside, after a few days, it starts fragmenting. Okay? And you will not see the fruit there. That means the degradation has happened. That is done by bacteria and fungi. You all know about bacteria? You know how is your stomach works? There must be bacteria, no, digesting your system. If it is not doing the job, what will happen? You will have stomach upsets. Then doctor will give you some tablet to have that. You all take curds at home. No, why do you take curds? Why grandmother says you should have curds in your food? I am talking about grandmother, not your mother. Mother will not tell. They are all current generation. Huh? Grandmother says that every day you should have curds. Because curds will have the probiotic bacteria which helps in your digestion. Okay? That's how the bacteria helps you. Okay? Now, when you look at this carefully, there is nothing called waste. Correct? Everything gets synthesized. Then when do you see waste? When do you see waste? You will see waste where waste people are there. Who are these waste people? They have fallen in love with the plastic. So they are the waste people. But don't take it negatively. If you look at my video, even in the earlier talk I have talked about it. It's not for your bouquet, but I didn't expect plastic bouquet in this school. I don't know who has got it. That should not have happened. In a program like this, I am not criticizing you. I am making a point clear as much as possible. You should never be a burden to Mother Earth. When you are not burden to Mother Earth, which means that you have led a life properly. The day when you become burden to Mother Earth with all this plastic and all, then you have created a mess in the system. Okay? They are dangerous fellows. Look at this slide next. See, these are all in the center. You see, sitting at home. Using mobile at home, but they don't cook. They will place an order through Swiggy. That fellow will come with all plastic bottle, plastic cup, everything. And good people, see, they use that kind of a steel containers. No, it's not difficult for you to cook food at home. Okay? So now look at this guy, samosa. He eats only samosa. He gets it in that black plastic which is supposed to be inferior quality plastic. In that, that plastic is used for disposing your waste at home. Okay, not for food. And people are using that for food. See how they are contaminating their food. Now you look at the real story. How? See, the fellow goes to hotel, gets the sambar and rice or idli in the polythene thing. Okay? Then you see that fellow enjoying in plastic plate. Finally, our Prime Minister has to clean the street. When all these fools throw the plastic outside, no. Finally, people like Prime Minister has to do. See, that shows the tragedy in our country. The Prime Minister has to clean the street means, you might ask why he should not do. See, that designation of the position we should respect, whoever it is. So we should not have made Prime Minister to come to the street cleaning the thing. Of course, he is doing it so that you will all learn how to keep the streets clean. For keeping the street clean, no, you should stop all those fools in the system. You know, you might ask, what is the problem if I have plastic? You know, we did an analysis of that sambar. You know, sambar contains in addition to sambar, it has a chemical also in that. See, that is a dioxin, it is there. BPA is there. All this, no, dioxin, BPA, it gives cancer. So that means your parents, when they bring polythene bag, idli sambar, you are not just getting food, they are also gifting you the cancer. So that's why you should refuse to use plastic. You know, the way I reacted to the plastic, it's not my intention to disrespect the institution. My job is to make people to understand that this mistake should not happen in our system. Okay? People think that paper cup is environmentally friendly. Without even knowing how that paper cup is manufactured, they claim that it is environmentally friendly. You know, that also has a plastic layer. So that's why we should minimize and should not use those things. I'm sure you all have brought the lunch box, the steel carriers, no? So not Swiggy Mama's food. Huh? Okay. See, the tragedy is that children are the victims of this plastic. See, what the mistake the parents do, the children are going to pay the price. Okay? And the innocent birds and other organisms, you know, cattle and all, pay the price. Okay? Now, with this, today you have climate action group we started in the school. Why it is required? Is the climate changing? The data shows climate is changing. The temperature is increasing. See, the data shows the temperature is increasing. What will happen at home when the temperature of the mother's head is increased? Huh? She will start shouting. Isn't it? Huh? If you are there, first victim is you. If you are not there, your papa will be the next victim. And invariably, papa will be the first victim. Okay? Anything happens because of the temperature in the head, no? That problem. So now the increase in temperature means there will be more and more disasters. The disaster at home means your papa getting shouting. Now disaster in the earth is the floods, drought, etc. The data shows number of floods, drought and other calamities increases in the system. So you do not want to be vulnerable. No, when you are going home today, if the road is full of water, how will you go? You cannot go. Then you will go with the water. No, that is a tragedy. We should not allow that to happen. So for that, you should not allow the temperature to increase. Now, how the temperature increases? You all know greenhouse gas, no? You know, carbon dioxide, methane, these are all the species of carbon, then the species of nitrogen, etc. They are greenhouse gas. There is some concentration in the atmosphere. But when the concentration increases, what happens? They form a thick layer. When they form a thick layer, when the sunlight comes to the earth, that heat is not escaped. Because of that, earth becomes warmer and warmer. When earth becomes warmer and warmer, what will happen? Naturally, temperature will increase. The changes in rainfall will happen. These are I put it in a very simple way. Okay? So when you go home now, you just see, if your mother is shouting, no, just go and touch her head. You will see that it's so hot. So the same thing happens with the mother earth. Okay? Now, I will skip this. See, the impact is the floods. Okay? And then let us see what are the other things. We will lose the food. How much we will lose? Let us see. For example, with 1.5 degree Celsius, 70% of corals you will lose. And if you increase by another 0.5, 99% you will increase. Similarly, if you look at the plants, insects, you will lose 6 insects, 8 plants and 4 vertebrates. You all know vertebrates, no? Can you give some example of vertebrates? I want to answer. You all have studied science, no? What's his name? Come on, answer, girls. Vertebrates. Okay, you define what are vertebrates. Who will do it? Ah,
Those who are back.
backbone, no? Who all have backbone? They are better than humans. Huh? They don't have backbone. Those problem is because of the humans without backbone. Had the backbone human? No. Now you see that silence. With 0.5 degrees Celsius increase in temperature, we lose 18 insects. You know these insects. I'm not talking about your the mosquito and cockroach and all. I'm talking about the honeybees and such. You know pollinators. We does the pollination. Because of pollination, you have food. Now you will lose that. Okay. So now you understood how we lose the species and then drought. Number of instances. You know, 350 million people are going to be affected. If I increase by another 0.5, 410 million people get affected. Okay. Then rise in sea level. You know, 49 centimeter with 1.5 degrees Celsius will become the 56 centimeters, and about 50 million people get drowned with this kind of problems. Okay, so now you understood, and that means people in Karwar, Mumbai, the Chennai, Kerala, you know, madam's home will be submerged. She cannot go home at all. Huh? Suppose if she has gone for the holiday, she will be permanently rested there. She won't come back. So that is the sea level rise problem. Don't assume it happens. You know, I am giving you a scenario. If it happens, you know, such a dangerous situation, you should understand that, okay? And some of us are from the coastal area. That is where we understand the problem, okay? So now, another thing is the food. 60% decrease in the productivity of the food. Okay, you will not have food. You will not have biodiversity. That means diversity of food you will not have. Why do you need diversity of plants and animals? I am asking a question. Why do you need diversity of plants and animals?
Because we need food and oxygen.
No. Our Tulika says, sir, with rice I can survive. I have a student who eats only biscuit.
But we need more vitamins.
Very good. So, diversity of food means when you take diversity of food, diverse food, you will get, your body get diverse medicine. When your body get diverse medicine, you will be immune from the diseases. So probably she takes diverse food. That's why she is so actively answering my question. Huh? Others must be eating pizza and such junk item. Huh? How many eat pizza every day? No, correct. If you show the worst scenario of climate change, you will not have food. The situation become vulnerable with floods and droughts, etc. That means there is no security. And more importantly, increase in temperature. Every day you will get shouting from your mother. That's the worst thing one can come across, no? Okay. And other aspect is the public health. You know, vector-borne diseases increases. You all know the vectors, no? Disease vectors. That's why in Kerala, when temperature increases, no, you have chikungunya, dengue, even COVID starts there. You know, this time also COVID, last time also it started in Kerala, this time also it started in Kerala only. So that means increase in temperature is going to create these problems, okay? So now, okay, I will skip this thing, they'll become too much for you. These are the greenhouse gases, okay, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and other fluorinated gases. You know, you would have used this, perfumes and room, the air purifier and all. You know, they all create changes in climate. You should not do that. See, anything you do artificial, it is a dangerous thing. That's why you should avoid. You know, when people use too much of artificial thing, they get allergy, skin allergy and all kinds of allergies because of that. Okay? So, then, see, I talked about increasing the thing. I will not get into the details of that. How these gases are released? You know, when you burn fossil fuels, for power generation. Or when you run your vehicle, you have the emission. That means you should minimize that means you have to plan your thing. See, if your school is 1 kilometer, you can walk to school. Why should you use bus? Okay? Why should you use car? See, I have a friend, his house is here and vegetable shop is there. He will take his two-wheeler from house to the vegetable shop. Such fools are also there. Okay? And he tells me, sir, if I don't use that bike become idle and it will not work. I cannot go to office. That's where I do the trial run here. See, fools always come with all those illogical arguments. Let us not worry about them. Nah? Okay. Now, that means, you understood the impact of changes in climate, how it affects you. That's where you need to come up with the mechanism. Society has to prioritize and come up with a sustainable development approach. I would have been very happy today if I was given a book instead of that bouquet. I would have got excited. Every time when I travel in the air or in train, I would have read the book. I would have remembered, madam, every time when I open the book, I would have remembered, madam has given such a good book. And once, in 2015, don't ever give bouquet to guests who come to your institution and organization. Give book. When you give book, 100 people get their livelihood. Book, person who writes a book will get some money. Person who sells the book will get the thing. So you should do that. And book, nobody throws. After my reading, someone else will read. So that way continuity will be there. So now the second lesson for the climate action group in the school, no bouquet for any program in the school. No plastic bottle or a this one. Okay, you should implement. That is the resolution today. Okay, so and these are the goals. Okay, sustainable development goals. See, when people like me meet, we say they should not be hunger. Everyone should get clean water. Those are the goals. But to do that, the students have to do their job. They have to do their experiment. Then only they will understand the lesson. Okay. Then they will get a clean air and water. All of you want clean air, no?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes,
Then
yes,
somebody
sir.
doesn't want. She was asking the neighbor, what is clean air? Huh? You are asking, no, neighbor? So, okay. Again, back to the now, if you want to do it, let us also, I will take another 5 or 10 minutes and wind up my talk. Let us find out how many species are there on the earth. Children, you should make a habit to document what are the birds you see, what are the species, similarly butterflies, even cockroach. There are varieties of cockroach. You should find out why those varieties are there. That is the science, okay? Today cockroach may be useless. Who knows, tomorrow cockroach might be your food. Because of the climate change, if there is no food available, you might start eating cockroach only. Huh? Recently Air India flight had a problem, no? So we sent some 280 people, 300, okay, including those children. We sent them in one night, all of them together. Okay, but similar thing had happened earlier. All the passengers, the flight crashed in the cold environment. Okay, and everybody thought that all are killed. We don't have to go to that cold region. Then what happened? The people who were survived there, they were surviving on eating the other humans who are dead. And they survived with that for some time, some 2-3 months. Then in the process, some fellows slowly walked to the mainland and they were survived. Such situation also will happen. If you look at why air crash happened, it is a simple technical problem. Why the technical problem? Because somebody didn't check the machineries. Okay, that is where when people don't check, then this kind of anomalies will happen in the system. Okay, so now let us try to understand how many varieties of plants and animals are there on the earth. You at home, Your parents might be looking at the scriptures, Bible, Quran, and see Bhagavad Gita. In Rigveda, the literature which I follow, it mentions about 8 to 12 million species. They have even said how many microorganisms are there. But in science, we have estimated only 1.3 million species. Out of 1.3 million varieties of plants and animals, we know the biochemical composition of only 10 to 15%. That means we do not know the 85% of the organisms that we have estimated, and already we are losing them because of the deforestation, etc. That is where, if you want to conserve, you should know the importance of the thing. The moment you understand the importance, you will start thinking about conservation. That's where understanding the biochemical composition, and then that is where you should do the science. For example, curry leaves. And I've seen most of the children throwing the curry leaves when they eat the food. But you should know, you should ask your grandmother why they put curry leaves in the food. If you take curry leaves, your hair will be curry. Kannada word curry, black. Second thing is you will not have gastric problem. The other day I was doing field work myself, Tulika, in Pune. We used to go in the early morning and come back in the late evening. But there is no food for us in the forest. One teacher told us, you have curry leaves, sir, you will not face the hunger and you will not have gastric problem. As she said, we came to the hotel at 5 o'clock, we had our lunch at 5 o'clock. None of us faced the gastric problem. See, curry leaves helps that way. You should know that is where when you take your food, you should not throw anything, vegetables and this kind of curry leaves, etc. Okay? Now, let us try to understand where these plants and animals are high in number. Let us go on the earth, each location. America, one crack is ruling America. Then Canada, another fellow is there. We will go to all the places and find out how many species are there latitudinally. When we did that, we saw that at this location, there is the highest number of plants and animals. That longitude, geography teacher must have told you, So 8 to 14 degree latitude corresponds to Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Goa. Okay? That means some of us, who are from Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, we have got such a resource of varieties of plants and animals. That means, first is we should learn how to protect our motherland. Those who are from Kerala should make it a point to protect forest in Kerala. Those who are from Karnataka should protect forest in Karnataka. When we do that, automatically every one of you will get varieties of plants and animals. So it's very simple. See, Tamil Nadu fellows protecting forest in Tamil Nadu. Karnataka, Kerala, Karnataka get 4 months rainfall. Rainfall in Karnataka, 6 months, 8 months in Kerala. Now instead of rainfall spread across 4 to 6 months, you will get rain in a short period, 1 week. You will have so much water in a short duration. It will lead to the floods, and after floods you will not have water. Like last time it happened, 2019 in Kerala there was flood. After that in Idukki and all, dry situation. So you will face the situation like that. Okay. So we also looked at how much forest is decreasing in Western Ghats. That's where we use the technology. Forests are declining, and because of that we are losing the biodiversity. Now that is the message of today. If you want to do the climate resilient system, one and only way is to maintain diversity on the earth. Okay, in your aquatic ecosystem, in your terrestrial ecosystem. And my urge to all of you, please think of doing project, understand the importance of diversity of plants and animals. If a particular plant is different, you should find out why it is. In what way the biochemical composition is different, how it helps. See, when your mother gives the food to you, you assess what kind of food she gives, what kind of the medicinal property you get because of that food. Don't worry about mother who gives bread and all. They are that only. Think of mother who gives rice with varieties of the sambar, palya and all those things, no? You look at that and see, you should be grateful to your mother for giving such diverse food. Because she is giving food which makes you to think, which gives you food, your body is healthy. When you are healthy, you will think. And India requires such youngsters, okay? So now I will end my talk here because other part becomes slightly complex. You know how much carbon is stored. We have done the estimate, okay? How do you, okay, you are all breathing, no? Is there anyone not breathing in this room? You can raise your hand. You check whether you are breathing. Check once. Huh? Okay, you are all breathing, no? Somebody said yes, okay, outside also. So now, when you breathe, how much carbon dioxide you give out? See, you should keep a carbon dioxide meter in front of your face, quantify how much. That is the science activity. Do you know how much? You all give out 980 grams per person per day. Okay? The seniors like Khan and me will give out 540 grams per person per day. Because you are all active. But today I noticed, we too are very active. So, whether we are also giving 980 grams, I do not know. So, okay. Now, who takes carbon from the atmosphere?
Plants.
How it takes carbon? During
Photosynthesis.
photosynthesis. What happens in photosynthesis?
Taking carbon dioxide and release oxygen.
That is during photosynthesis. You are taking oxygen, giving out carbon dioxide. What synthesis is this? Huh? You should think. If that is photosynthesis, what is this synthesis? Huh? Next time when I come, I want the answer. Not today. Okay? So now, 1 hectare of forest takes away carbon to an extent of 6 to 9 tons per year. By that ratio, for everyone to be healthy, you should have 7 or 8 trees. Not this small flower pot with one small ornamental plant. You should have 7, 8 trees. Okay, then you get enough oxygen. Okay. Now we have done the quantification. How much carbon is stored in the Western Ghat forest? You know, it is about 1.23 billion gigagram. That's where I said it becomes complex. And every year is stored 37,000 gigagram. You know, 37,000 kilotons of carbon is stored. That is equivalent to the emission happens in the Cochin, Trivandrum, Bangalore, Mumbai, etc. And if you look at the money, say when you do some job, no, you are paid, isn't it? When your father goes to the office, he will be paid. When your mother goes to office, she gets monthly salary. Like that, forests are doing the job of carbon removal. How much money you have to assign to that, to the forest? You know, it amounts to 100 billion rupees. I am sure you all know what is billion. Huh? How many zeros are there in billion? Okay. Now you understood the importance of the, and that is where, see, when you say this much carbon is taken away by during photosynthesis, one has to do the experiment. That is the purpose of this environment education. You know, you learn the concept in a simple way. And when you learn the concept, you will become successful. You know, children, I give a simple prescription. If you want to do conservation, no, first and foremost thing you need to do is respect your mother at home. When you respect mother at home, you will learn to respect Mother Earth. That's what we require for conservation. When you respect Mother Earth, you will never abuse Mother Earth. Suppose if your father is cutting a tree, no, you will go and slap him and say, don't cut. Because you are worried about next generation. That should happen. Those who cut the trees, no, should. You know, whatever I said so far, nothing new. You know, in 2014 conference, Mr. Khan gave a talk how our scriptures talk about conservation. You know, for example, Bible talks about conservation at least 320 times. You know, why they worship the tree, Christmas tree? Are there any Christian followers here? Why do you worship tree?
Why? Because we have to celebrate.
Huh?
We have to celebrate that.
Can you tell me what she said? Not said. Say, for example, if there is a teacher, don't celebrate birthday of teacher, but you should know what is her contribution and why you are celebrating. You understand the thing. Like that, celebrating Christmas and worshipping the thing is fine. But why you are doing, if you don't understand, then you will think of conservation. Okay? So, yeah, Bible talks about 320 times. Look at Quran. Our Quran tells me, if you go to Dargah, I also have visited Dargah. Good Dargah, like Kadapa or Ashmi, there is a well in the Kadapa. You have to pull the water, wash your feet and finger with a clean water, then only you can enter Dargah. They thought, if you practice at Dargah, you will practice at home and in your community. So you will never pollute the water. That is the message from Quran. Similarly, the scripture I follow, if you look at Matsya Purana, it brings out the link between the water, children and trees. If you have well at home, you are wealthy. 10 wells are equal to 1 lake, 10 lakes are equal to 1 reservoir, 10 reservoir is equal to 1 child, and 10 children are equal to 1 tree. See, 10 of you together will form 1 tree. Now those who cut a tree, they are murdering 10 children. So powerful. If somebody is cutting a tree, you say you are murdering 10 children. So don't cut it. Then that fellow will understand. That's how you should communicate. Then all those dumb fellows, plastic wallas, the tree cut wallas, all those fellows will got the message. That's where to teach that we need a forum. That's where you have a climate action forum at your school. But only my wish is make it a every month event. And if it possible 15 days, have a competition among yourself. Somebody can coordinate and have a competition. So that now section can have a competition in a year, that academic program, and makes you different from other school children. You should be, when you are different, then only you will shine. See, if you are not different, you look like another human being. When you are different, you will shine in the system. For that, you make sure that you learn the concept properly. That's where this kind of forums help. And I am sure the intervention of Mr. Riju and all makes you to think better. And he has been doing it. I want more and more students to learn the basic concepts of biodiversity, the water, etc. Okay? So with this, I conclude my talk. I wish you all, and I hope with your learning, you will make the earth resilient to the climate change. Okay? And you are resilient so that your children don't face the thing. At least the mistake what my generation did, you should not repeat it, and make sure your children are safe. Don't say, sir, I don't have children today. You may not. Tomorrow you will have children. Your children should be more happier than you, and your children should feel more secure. That can happen only when mother has the environmental knowledge. She will make sure the children are happy. That's where, never mother take food without children eating. Forget about Bangalore mothers. They will eat without husband and the children. That's a different issue. But my mother and my grandmother never took food without me. They said sometimes there was no food at the home. They used to be very happy the moment children have the thing. Okay? With this, I wish you all lesson, and I hope we will have a climate resilient system. Thank you all.
Disposal system, like 3 to 4 houses will have a single dustbin for disposing waste, and finally that waste will be taken to the landfill and later then processed. But here in India we have PPMP vehicles coming for waste, so they don't come regularly sometimes, like they don't come for consecutive days, so it is hard to dispose the waste. So what most people do is they dispose it.
No, wait. The prescription for Bangaloreans and to you, let us not have bin at all. Let us live a life without bin. See, what you produce at home, if you do not have plastic and paper in the waste, all are organic. You can convert that into manure, sell it to somebody like me who are in the city, so that your waste problem of your waste become a resource. So that is the best way. See, there are traditional homes in Bangalore, never waste, throw any kind of waste out. They synthesize within the home.
They can compost it at home.
They compost
We tell
and
them
they
later.
will have a garden at home. If there is no garden, they will have vertical garden, they have rooftop garden, they do that. And our Viju has a success story in many places. Okay? So that means my study shows when we studied how much waste is generated per home, every house about 200 gram per person per day. Out of 200 gram, 180 gram is organic waste like vegetable peel, etc. Another 20 gram is your milk cover and such thing. So suppose if you remove that, you have 180 gram, you can convert it to manure. And there are simple technologies. There is a Purnima model and all those things.
Following it.
So you can have that so that you can convert that into manure and give it to your friends who don't have that kind of a thing. You can make money also. Okay? And in the process you have handled the waste in a simple way without creating a burden in the system. Don't look at New York, Canada and all. Those are all worst example. Indian example is what we generate, we assimilate in our place only. We never throw out. That is the beauty of our culture. The moment we Britishers invaded country, they brought all illogical things to our country and we are paying price for that. Okay? Thank you.
So wet waste, you can convert that into manure and sell it to other people who want it. What about people who live in big apartments and who don't want to do it?
No, this applies universally. Apartment also roof will be there. On the top they can have pots where the plants can be planted there. And their front windows, they can have plants. These are vertical garden, rooftop garden, all those things. They can do it. If there is a will, there is a way. Otherwise they will give excuse saying we are in apartment, hundreds of people. What prevents them in making manure and give it to people like us who have land? We can have the isn't it? So there is a solution provided you are sensible. Okay.
You had breakfast? Yes. I also had breakfast. Can you all hear me? Yes, ma'am. But I can't hear you. You should be a little louder, na? Yes, ma'am. Good morning? Good morning! Yes, that's great. Okay. So can you see the very big tree and one person under that tree?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you all see?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you guess what is the height of that tree? Can you guess where is that tree? This side also, if you see that side, that corner, can you see big tree? There are two persons under that tree. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
White shirt.
Yes.
Can you guess what will be the height of the tree if you multiply the person's height? Can you guess? Fatafat. 15? Okay. So if that person is 150 centimeter, then what will be the tree's height, ma'am?
900 meters.
900 centimeter means 9 meters. 9 meter?
No, you can take people approximately your height.
See if you
1 meter, 1 meter, 15 times 15 meter. Simplest way. Don't take example.
So this one floor is how much meter? 10 meter you suppose. So the tree is at least 2 floor. How many floor? Paka? And you can see the base of the tree. How big? Okay. But where is this tree? You know? I know. But how to show you? That I will show you. Okay? Okay, na?
Yes, ma'am.
So for that, we require the monitoring and mapping of our trees and our environment. Okay? So for that, we use this device. This is called a GPS. What's this called? GPS. Okay. Do you have it? Do you have GPS? Huh? I can't hear you. No. Okay.
Okay. So now in your phone you can install this app. प्ले स्टोर में गए, ये ऐप क्या नाम है इसका? Very good. So this you install. Okay. This acts like simple, like your camera. You use camera to take photos. So when you take photo using this camera, you will get this information. Like can you see down there is some information of the location, which time I have taken the photo, which date I have taken the photo, all the information is there.
Yes, ma'am.
Now if I show you this photo, can you say which location I have taken this photo from? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Pakka na?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll show you one more photo. Can you see the peacock?
Yes, ma'am.
Where it is taken, can you see?
Yes,
The video.
Yes,
Now the question is answered.
yes.
Which location, the tree, the bird or the butterfly you have identified, can you mark it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you have the answer. Where it is? Correct now? Okay. There is one more app. It is called? Louder. Okay. So it looks like a blue colored football. Okay. You install it. This also will help you to identify the points. Suppose you want to point your school. Where it is. You can do it using this Google Earth app. You can install it and see how this works. Okay. Now, I will show you simple tricks to make your own maps. Now you tell me what are maps. Can someone tell me what is a map?
It shows the location of.
Location, yes. Anything else?
It's a guideline.
It's a guideline, okay. So can you sit down? Can you see this? Is this a map? Is this a map?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Because it is showing some locations.
It is showing location of different features of the land. It is showing where are the houses, where is the river, where are the plantations, where is the forest, everything it is showing now. So like this also, if you go to your village and if you want to mark where are the houses, where are the plantations, you can also mark. So to do that, we use the Google Earth in our phone as well as in our laptop or desktop. Okay? In school we all have the access to the computer, right? So in that computer you can install one app called Google Earth Pro. What is its name?
Google Earth Pro.
Note down करो. First Google में गए, search Google Earth Pro. What you have to search?
Google Earth Pro.
You will forget na? Pakka? Okay. Then you will get this link. What it is link? Called Earth version. When you click on it, you will be taken to this website. Okay. Just scroll down. You will get this option. Download Earth Pro on desktop. Okay. So when you download and install it, you will get this on your screen. Okay. Simple. Now to understand this software, I will show you the major things that are in this. Okay. So when you open it, it will show you where your exact location is currently. See, now it has zoomed into Bangalore. Now little small tool I will give. So on this, on the top left corner, this will be the menu bar. Okay. What will be?
Menu bar.
Menu bar. Just next to the menu bar, there will be a toolbar. Okay. Now just below the toolbar, there will be a list where you search whatever you have searched. That links will come. You search in Google Maps now. Bangalore Place Girls High School. I have searched and I have got the location. So same thing you can do here. Search bar. Next, the places and the locations that you have marked, that will come in this section. This is called the places. Okay, and just below that there will be multiple layers. Layers means you can mark, there will be a layer of roads, there will be a layer of forest, there will be a layer of water bodies. Like this, there are multiple base layers will be there that will help you to understand what is the situation of that particular area. or how to go there. All the information you will get from the base layer. Now you know what are the major things in this application. Okay? Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sit down. Someone else. What is line? Yes.
It locates rivers and lakes.
Very good. Next. What is area? Or a polygon. What it denotes? Okay. Yes.
Buildings and means block.
Buildings. What else? What else we can show by a polygon?
Land area.
Land area. Little bit more. Forest. Okay. So here I have. You can see the yellow dots. You can see the yellow dots. Those are the different departments, or we can say different classes where it happens in the different sections of the campus. Now we have the locations of it. Now can you see the red lines in between? Those are the roads that joins from one department to another department. Okay? And this polygon you can see which shows the area, how much area the campus covers. So now you know the difference between point, line and polygon now? Okay? So now you have to mark this. You have to also make your own map, right? So I'll show you how to do that. To create a point, in the toolbar, there is a tool called Add Place Mark. What it is called?
Add place mark.
Louder.
Add place mark.
Very good. It looks like a yellow pin. What it is look like?
Yellow pin.
Can you see in the screen? Yellow colored pin. Top. Okay. So when you click on it, you can just put the point in your location which you want to mark. Okay. I have marked the Indian Reserve Science. But suppose you have to identify the point in your field. Okay. You remember the photo we had taken earlier using the GPS map camera? Remember now? There the information was coming down. There lat and long values are there. What is lat long value? Latitude and longitude. Very good. So that latitude and longitude value you can put here. Here. See latitude and longitude. Okay. So that latitude longitude value you can put here. So your point would be marked there only. So now you know how to point your field points in your computer. Easy?
Yes, ma'am.
Easy now?
Yes, ma'am.
So now you have pointed it. You can also give the name. All ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So before that I'll show you some example. In this area, can you see that small dot things? These dot things you can see now?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Should I zoom? Now you can see
Yes,
dot things. These are one trees. One trees. If I go to each tree and mark its location, can I map it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Correct now?
Yes,
Okay. These are the macrophytes that we see in the lakes. Have you seen any of these macrophytes in the lake? This flower you might be knowing, na? This leaves. These leaves you might have seen in the Bangalore lakes. Or these big leaves, patodi we make out of it. Anna?
yes, ma'am.
So this also when you locate, you can just mark it and show its location when you come back to your computer or desktop. So now I have a small task. In your map you find out where is your house and where is your school. Can you do that?
Yes.
You can do that now. You just take a photo, you will get the land log. Paka, both the places. Now you just put it in your Google Earth Pro software. Which software?
Google Earth Pro software.
Again. Now you can be as much loud as you can. I have taken permission from ma'am. Okay? Okay, what is the option called? Add path. Okay, so now using this, you can draw the line from one place to another, connecting it. Similarly, you can add the name also. Okay? Now, here, you can also calculate the length of the path that you have drawn. Okay? So, there is an option called measurement. In the measurement section, if you go and you click on the path that you have created, you can see how much long that path is. Okay? So using this, can you measure the distance from your house to your school? Can you do it? Because you have already marked the points, now? You have already done? Now can you do that, the distance, if you have to walk from your house to your school? Someday maybe there is a bus has stopped working. You have to walk. There is no other way. No other vehicle is there. All the vehicles in Bangalore are stopped because of traffic jam in some other part. How much you have to walk? Can you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
You seem very skeptical. Can you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, yes, very good. So there is an option called add polygon in the toolbar. What it is called?
Add polygon.
Very good. So here you can also give the name. Here I have marked the IISc boundary. You can do the marking of nearby lake. You can do the marking of the area that your school is covering. Correct, na? And you can give the color of that polygon also. There are two things. One is perimeter, one is area. Can someone tell me what is the difference between two? Yes. Someone was raising hand. What is difference between perimeter and area? Yes.
Perimeter is the boundary of the
Yes.
area, and area is the total measurement.
Covering the area. So now you know the difference. If I area. Now you can measure both the things using this measurement tool. Okay. Now suppose I have marked a lake. What color should I give it to it? Blue. Pakka. Why blue? I want to give yellow.
Water indicates blue.
Huh?
Water indicates blue.
Water indicates blue, but when I take water, it is no color. Why blue? Okay, I have marked some my building. I want to give it purple color. Which color you will give? Confusion, right? So I might be giving purple, you might be giving yellow, someone might be giving black. There is a discrepancy. So what the all big people did, they have sat together and decided, no, all the vegetation areas, the forest lands, we will give green color. What color?
Green color.
So forest will be of green color. Okay? Now we have water. Water we have decided for the blue color. So now I have a lake mark. What color I will give?
Blue.
Pakka?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I have a canal mark. What color I will give? Blue color. Okay. I have a river. Which color I will give?
Blue.
Okay. Now I have an agricultural land. Just outside Bangalore I have went. I have seen some very nice paddy field. I want to mark it. Which color I will give?
Yellow.
Yellow color. Okay. Now I want to mark Bangalore area. Which color I will give?
Red.
Why? Because it is buildings. So these are the four main conventional colors to give the particular land features. Okay. And there are many land features are there. Correct? So from Government of India they have released a set of colors. Which color you should give to which land use category. Okay. So if you search in internet you will get that. If you search for NRSC color code you will get that list. Okay. So which color code you will give? NRSC. Which one?
NRSC.
Very good. So now I think is there now. I saw 4 or 5 lakes are in this region. Lakes are there, na?
Ullal Lake, Malatadi Lake.
Malakalli lake also I saw. So you can mark the area as well as the perimeter of the lake, and also calculate what is the perimeter and what is the area. Can you do that? And can you also calculate the distance from your school to that lake?
Yes, ma'am.
You all can do that, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Pakka? Three things you will do, na? Okay. Now, you have marked the points, lines and polygons. Now, if you don't save it, your friend will come and create new points, lines and polygons, and your points, lines and polygons will be gone. Anna? So you have to save it. So when you right click on the point, you will see an option called save place as. If you click on save place as, you will just give the location and it will be saved in your computer. Okay? So don't forget to save your files. Otherwise it will be gone. Okay? What you have to do? Okay. Now, you remember the time machine?
Yes, ma'am.
You remember or not? You forgot already? No? Okay. So there is an option in the toolbar. Top toolbar was there. The watch like symbol you can see. Here. Watch like symbol. Like similar to our watch. Same round color thing. If you click on it, you will see this bar. Where you can see from 1985 to 2025. You can see, you can just scroll. So if you scroll back, you will be going back to the time. Which time you want to go. So I'll give you one example. This is the Indian Institute of Science campus. Can you see the difference in 2011 to 2023?
Yes, ma'am.
I was not there in ISC campus 2011, but I saw the picture, what it was. You can do that for the lakes. You can do this for your school also, how it was back that time, how it is now. So it works like a time machine or not? Yes, no? So I'll give you one more example. This also shows you the what was the condition before and what is the condition now. This also is a time machine, now. We don't know what is the condition earlier, but using that time machine help, we can map like this. You will also map like this, now. The lakes that you have marked, can you map like this or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now, the final challenge for you. You will mark what are the changes that you have identified, the lakes that you have marked. Okay? Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now you have done the all marking, saving, everything is done. Now you have to give the map for your presentation or for your final project submission. And that is the main motto of our work. And
Yes, ma'am.
okay. So now to save the map, you have to click on the save image option on the toolbar. It looks like this. This option. If you click on it, here the title of the map will come, name of the map, like I have a name, you have a name, the map should also have a name, what it is. Then you can click the legend also, change the legend, which color shows. Legend means index. Which color shows what? Blue color is showing water body, red color is showing buildings, like that. Then you can save it and the final output will look like something like this. Okay? Now, to see if your map is correct or not, you should keep in mind 5 things. What are the 5 things? You just tell with me. Okay? Just memorize it now only. First is the title of the map. What is?
Title of the map.
Okay. Next is the legend or the index. What is next?
Legend.
Okay. Third is the what is north arrow? Which shows north direction. Correct. So I can tilt the map, but I don't know which way to go, na? Which way it shows. So if I put a north arrow, that this is the north, and if I want to go west, I have to go this way. So it will help me for that. Then fourth one is okay. Then what is the fifth one? Any guess? Fifth one. Very good. The map itself also should be there, na? Only you have put the title and left it. Will it work? No. Okay. So the map itself should be there. So now, this map I showed you earlier. Now you tell me what is missing in this map. 0.5? No, that 5 components I told you, na? Among that 5 components, what it is missing? Louder, louder. I can't hear you. Someone is saying the correct answer. I could hear. Legend, yes. So if I put legend, now you know. If Is the map complete now?
Yes, ma'am.
5 components are there.
Yes, ma'am.
What are the 5 components? Title is there. Legend is there. Not
Arrow, scale, content.
all is there. Pakka? Your map is ready. Your map also will be ready. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any more questions you have?
So Tulika ma'am introduced us to some of the technologies we can use to locate our directions and maps. So first she told about GPS for location, and she said that we can take photos and we'll get all information in that. And for us she recommended another app, Google Earth Pro, where we can create maps, measure area, explore past, and identify the changes from the past to the present. So we have to click on the link Earth versions in Google and we can install the map like that. And ma'am told us about 3 main points. The first one is point, line and polygon, and she also said us how we can add these. And there are some codes for certain landmarks. Like for vegetation, we add green color, for water, blue, for agricultural lands, yellow, and for buildings, red. And she gave us some tasks to work on. And ma'am also said us to add the study area, like the place and the legend. And the 5 main points while to remember to add while creating a map is title of the map is main. Then we have to add the legend, the north arrow, the scale, and the 5th one is the content, means the map itself.
ಎಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಬಂದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಗಿಡ ಮರ ಇವೆ ಬದೆತಾವ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ ಯಾವ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಬಂದೋ ಏನು ಈಗಲೇ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇನ್ನು 50 ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ತದೋ ಏನೋ ಗಾಡಿ ಬೇಕಾ ಗಾಡಿ ಗಾಡಿ ಅಕ್ಕ ಅಕ್ಕ ಗಾಡಿ ಬೇಕಾ ಹಣ ಗಾಡಿ ಬೇಕಾ 100 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೊಡ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ 1000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ 1000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಗಾಡಿ 2000 ಬೇಕಾ 3,500 ಅನಿಮಿಟ್ ಬೇಕಾ ಗಾಡಿ 4,500 ಅನಿಮಿಟ್ ಬೇಕಾ
Dr. M.A. Khan, Rujulal sir, A.V. Nagaratna ma'am, Lakshmi Priya ma'am, Tulika ma'am, Satish Ishwar sir, principal, academic supervisor, Anita madam, teachers, and my classmates and schoolmates. A very good afternoon to all. Let me wholeheartedly express my personal as well as the institution's gratitude towards Dr. T.V. Ramachandra for providing us with such an opportunity and showing that learning is a passion rather than a necessity. Thank you, sir. I request you to accept a small token of love from us.
Might not be knowing Madam Nagaratna is also wife of BDR.
Can be defined as the hotness or coldness of a body. So we measure temperature to know how cold or hot the body is. And here regarding water, we measure temperature is mainly to understand the magnitude and variability of the fluctuations and to anticipate the consequences for water quality and the ecosystem health. So what are the consequences that are caused due to the increase in water temperature? Can anyone say? Okay. Yes, it can affect the aquatic ecosystem, and also it can reduce the dissolved oxygen in water. Means as the temperature increases, the dissolved oxygen in water gets decreased. and also it can increase the rate of evaporation from the surface water so that the concentration of TDS and EC, certain ions gets increased as the water gets evaporated from the surface. And how do we measure temperature? Okay, we measure it using thermometer, and air temperature also we just measure by holding it in the air. And coming to the second one is the pH. So what is pH? Acidic or okay. pH is the measure of acid-base balance. So it can range from, so if it comes between 0 to 7, then what is it? Less than 7 and greater than 7? Yes. And what about 7? Okay. So can you say the relation between photosynthetic activity and in the water bodies and pH? Next. Okay. So what happens during photosynthesis? What gets released and what and carbon dioxide gets consumed. So when carbon dioxide gets consumed, what will decrease in the water bodies? That carbon dioxide content in the water body get decreased. So that the usually when carbon dioxide dissolves with water, it forms one acid. Can anyone say? It's carbonic acid. So when carbon dioxide get consumed by the plants, CO2 in water get decreased. So that the acidic content of water get decreased. What happens when acidic content decreases? What happens to pH? The value will increase or decrease. Yes, the value will increase. That is, when acidic content increases, pH value decreases. Okay. So, which is more acidic, pH 2 or pH 5? Okay. As the value of pH decreases, acidic content increases. So, when the carbon dioxide in the water get decreased, pH value increases, which means it turns more to alkaline nature in daytime because the photosynthetic activity is more. And what happens during night? The photosynthetic, there is no sunlight. The photosynthetic activity gets decreased during night time. So what happens is that what will get released during respiration? Okay, so that CO2 in the water gets increased. So what will be the pH? It increase or decrease? The pH value get decreased so that it will be more acidic during night time. Okay. So it is the scale showing value from 0 to 1. I will show you the pH meter. This is the pH meter that we use. So it is so simple. There is one probe also that we were used in labs. Before that, we have to do the standardization, and then we have to measure the. So this will be more easier. So just do one thing is that just open it. There will be. You can see one road. So you just switch it on and dip it in water. It will show the pH value after some minutes, whether it is acidic or basic. It will show the value. Next is the total dissolved solids. Can anyone say what is total dissolved solids? TDS. Total dissolved solids. Can any other one? Comes to range, water gets diluted so that EC also will get reduced. So I will show you the instrument used to measure TDS and EC. It is similar to the one which we have used for measuring pH. So similarly we can dip it in water and after few minutes it will show the reading.